Just give me the thumbs up.
I got my own little stash. You're good.
We're good? Very good.
Okay.
Please stand. Please join Michelle.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, bless this assemblage. Grant us the wisdom to make our every decision fair-minded and in the best interest for all its residents. Welcome to the Town of Rye Town Board meeting, Tuesday, July 19, 2011. The first item on the agenda is the approval of minutes from the June 21st meeting.
Motion to approve the minutes.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Very good. Departmental Reports. Town Clerk. Hope.
Coming up.
All right.
Total shares submitted to the supervisor of the town of Rye for the month of June 2011. $1,772.73. For June 2010 was $1,915.71.
Thank you.
Oh, I have a question. I'm sorry. In my list, I received two sheets for the town clerk monthly report with the same dates but different amounts. Can you explain that?
The same dates?
Same dates, different amounts, and the same item. Oh, one's last year. Okay,
There you go.
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Receiver of taxes.
That's me, I'm all
All right.
Collections for June 2011, deposited to the supervisor of the town of Rye, $704,322.81. Deposited to the treasurer of the village of Portchester, $9,569,286.55. Deposited to the treasurer of the village of Rye Brook, $7,397,129.50. A total of $18,375,061.67.
Thank you, Hope, and thank you, Nick. Okay, Crawford Park.
Shall I just...
Bishop's outside talking.
Do we have a Bishop's report?
Yes, we do.
All right, Hope you can read it into the record. I would just focus on the current.
Yeah, for June
Yeah.
2011, the monthly total was $9,437.50.
Very good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Comments from the public. Don't all charge the podium at once. Anybody?
Sam, you're going to talk today?
All right, very good. Presentation, supplemental insurance for employees. Anybody here for that? Yes, sir. Please come forward, and thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, if you'd like to
Go to the
approach
podium,
the...
please. Okay.
Yeah, and the best thing to do is ultimately give us your name and why you're here, just so people at home understand why you're talking to us.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Again, thanks for having me. My name is Gary Meglino. I'm a Rye Brook resident. And what we'd like to do simply is to present the voluntary benefits program offered by Afflex to the employees. Without changing anything that is already in place, Afflex offers coverage for hospital confinement, accidental injury, cancer treatment, critical illness treatment, dental, and life insurance. The Afflex coverage plans pay cash benefits directly to the policyholders. We don't pay hospitals or doctors. It's a cash benefit directly to the insured. Those who wish to participate in the plan would pay for the premiums personally, not through payroll deduction. It's a win-win proposal. We hope you approve it.
I'm sorry, Michelle, go ahead.
Sure.
I just wondered if their pricing included in the packet?
I don't believe pricing is included in the packet. I can give you a general that our programs are between $5 and $15 per week.
Would there be a benefit, a cost reduction, if multiple members from the employees of the town of Rye participated? Would there be a benefit? for them?
That's a great question, actually.
That's why I'm here.
If it went through payroll, if we did put it through payroll as a payroll deduction,
Right.
there would be a FICA benefit. You'd save FICA tax.
Okay, so there's a it's voluntary, and if we do it through payroll deduction and the employee voluntarily chooses to go with Aflac, there would be some kind of a cost saving, so they would benefit from the plan, and then obviously there would be only FICA. That's all.
FICA would be the only benefit other than covering your employees. Having them covered is a nice benefit.
Well,
Okay.
I think, and correct me if
Yeah.
I'm wrong, is that if he's trying, I think Billy's trying to say if more people join in, is there
A discount
less
for
cost?
premiums?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
No. The more three people makes a group. If 3 employees decide to take the coverage, there is a discount, 3 or more.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. So there is a discount that they would receive if we did.
My apologies.
Thank you,
yes.
Michelle.
And then you have to take all of them across the board, or can you just take dental, or you can...
You can take whatever you like.
You can
And
take
any one of our 7 or 8 plan programs, they can choose. The
And how does our employee get in touch with you?
my business cards are in there. Okay.
We'll help you.
And here's kind of a
Oh, you're giving me a fancy one.
overview. My cards are in there, and that's more of a general. The ones you have there are more specific individual policies. Those are program overviews. But the programs are guaranteed renewable. So once they sign up, they're under a group. They
And
get
do
the
they have
group
to
rate.
get, like, examinations? That to be...
There are no physical exams with Aflac. There are some medical questions, but no physical exams.
Okay,
The
great.
products are affordable. Oh, do you have the rates there?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, I do not. But we can call you and get them now that we have your number.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank
One
you.
question, is this all supplemental coverage or primary coverage?
No, it's all supplemental coverage. It can be held individually without primary coverage, with the exception of our cancer policy. You can't own the cancer policy without a primary.
So you could make it a primary coverage, then, is what you're saying?
So you can't be primary coverage because they don't cover health.
You said you could own it without primary coverage. Did you just say that?
Yes, I did say that. You
But only
can-
the supplemental coverage, correct?
It is supplemental. I mean, typically, I guess if you didn't have a primary, you could call it a primary if it's
Yeah,
the
but
only
it's not necessarily primary. We cannot eliminate our current health plan. It would be a detriment to the employees.
Wasn't suggesting that.
No, I'm just saying that's the.
But I'm saying for one insurances that were not provided,
Oh yeah.
it in essence becomes a primary,
How
right?
about it?
I guess
Even though it's supplementary?
yeah.
Don't agree, Gary. Just to agree. Beat them up a little bit.
There's nothing much to say about it, other than I think it's affordable. I think it's affordable for most, and more than 50% of the medical expenses incurred while being sick or injured are non-medical expenses, and that's what Aflac is. We're non-medical. We're going to be the people that pay your rent and your co-pays and your deductibles and your child support and all of those other expenses that you need when you're sick or injured.
First for me.
Okay. Gary, thank you.
My pleasure.
Have a great
Thank
night.
you, too.
Thank you.
Okay, we're ready for Bob Nioras, Joe.
Perfect. Terrific. Thank you, Deputy Supervisor Villanova, for taking over. Well, the meeting almost been finished. You guys are lucky with Deputy Supervisor Villanova. The whole thing would have been...
We almost made it to the end.
You almost made it to the end. Terrific. Thank you. Wow, good.
All right. This replaces our B. Okay, all right.
Step down from the chair.
Okay. Do we need to-
We had no comments from the public?
Nope.
Nope.
Wow.
That's when,
Tom Lorenzo got up and, no, but that was You're doing a good job, Tom.
scared him before.
Yeah, he's laughing. Turn the camera around, look at yourself.
Let's see if we can... Sorry, I don't mean to dark, but I think either way. Is that good?
We like the dog.
Or would you like to leave those on? Okay. That on. Yeah, sorry, that was on. No? Did you hit this already? Okay. All right. How you doing?
Sure.
Okay, so today I want to talk about the Town of Rye Capital Improvement Plan. First, I'd like
Bob, you may want to, remember you got the public at home as well, you may want to sort of face,
Mike.
go to the mic.
Mic.
Oh, yeah, no, but you may want to, look at the back of your head.
I know, and I got that bull spot.
Yeah, exactly. You may want to sort of, how can
Is
they,
that why you're saying that?
You got it very good.
yeah, Bishop, why don't you, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, actually, can I?
You need it?
Why don't you sit here?
Yeah, I'll sit.
Is it long enough to go there?
All right. Here's sit
You
here.
don't have to stand up.
Thank you, Hope.
All right, you have that much distance.
Having the same bald spot, when we went to Portchester, I think Tom had the camera set up right there on the bald spot. My kids didn't know I had a bald spot for 3 meetings, so I'm sympathetic.
Yeah, so it might provide too much of a glare for the cameras. So the town of Rye has a number of different properties and that they own and or are responsible for. So you have Rye Town Park, which consists of many structures, the main administration building, pavilion shelters, concession building, spring house shelter, the bathhouse, first aid building, lifeguard storage building. We have Crawford Park, which has a number of different structures, which include the main house, the pavilion, the playground, groundskeeper house. We own 10 Pearl Street, the building we're in right now. There are several bridges that we own and or are responsible for, including the Continental Footbridge, Guinan Creek Bridge, also known in New York State as the Beaver Swamp Brook Bridge, I found out. Jefferson Avenue Bridge, Otter Creek Bridge, and Hillside Avenue Bridge. We also own a garage on William Street, a dock in Mamaroneck, and some miscellaneous equipment. So not a lot of people are aware of what the town of Rye owns and is responsible for, but so here's a summary list of all that on one page.
Well, I think that dock is in Rye, is that correct?
Is it in Rye?
Yeah. We're talking about the dock.
Right, yeah.
town
Okay,
dock.
it's in Rye.
Not to be confused with the restaurant of the same name.
Exactly.
Which is also right.
So just a little bit in the way of background. The prior administration had no formal capital plan. No reserves were established for capital improvements. There's been some ad hoc work done that's been done more or less on an emergency or a safety basis or to prevent further deterioration of buildings, like making sure we have a roof so the water doesn't get in and further deteriorate the building. For the most part, the bare minimum has been done in the past to maintain various town structures. And the town structures, as a consequence, are in various stages of disrepair and require significant capital investment. In January, we had hired some architects to perform an estimate of the useful life of the various structures and prepare an estimate, cost estimate of what it would take to repair it. And in January, Easton Architects completed that assessment and repair estimate for the town structures. So now I'd like to display some of the numbers. This is an overall one-page snapshot of what it would cost to improve all the capital structures and repair them in the town of Rye. If you look on the year one, most of these, first of all, these cost estimates have been spread out over 5 years because we thought it would even out in the payments and be easier to fund at that rate. But the year one expenditures are all emergency and or safety compliance with OSHA type requirements. And year one expenditures in total are about $2.37 million. That's of capital expenditures. And the way that's broken down is have Rye Town Park structures. Those are buildings, pavilions, and the like within Rye Town Park. Then you have some landscaping features for Rytown Park. In total for Rytown Park comes out to be $1.58 million. This $1.58 million is actually shared between the city of Rye and the town of Rye. The respective proportions are about 60% for the town of Rye and 40% for the city of Rye. So the town of Rye's share of that $1.58 million is approximately $950,000.
Bob, quick question. The Rytown Park, the landscape features, what does that represent?
Okay, so that's 10.
Yeah, you had it. Yeah,
Right there.
There you go. So those are gates, seawalls, perimeter walls, the landscape improvements.
No. I knew that, obviously, we were talking about it, kind of, more of a structural wall. I just wanted to know where we had that.
Yeah. So I have that down in the appendices. I have a lot of detail in each one of these I can expand upon. I just want to show you the snapshot. Don't want to get into all the details right now, but there's a lot of detail behind each one of these.
In fact, of course, and we'll make that report available on the town website so people can see it as well, and with all the analysis. Can I now these implied annual expenditure numbers are without any financing? Is that or do you assume
It's
financing?
strictly capital repair estimates, doesn't include any financing.
So in other words, presumably if we wanted to finance the whole of this, for argument's sake, at the town level, we would have to borrow this amount every year? Is that basically we would do it?
Exactly. You would need to borrow $2.3 million the first year, 3.4 the second year, etc.
Okay.
Are you using the numbers from the study that was done? Is that where you got these numbers?
Yes.
Okay. I just don't who decided that we needed to spend $20,000 on the northeast entrance at Rytown Park?
Well, that was an estimate provided by Easton Architects. When they went through and looked at that, they provided an estimate of how much that would cost to repair that.
If we decided we wanted to repair it at all.
Absolutely. The decision rests with us. You're absolutely right.
Right.
So this is a guesstimate from an architectural firm of what she thinks would be required if we're going to maintain our properties.
All right, so for instance, I don't have pictures of the seawall, but I can show you photos of the...
Is that Mr. DeLeo? There you go. On the job, baby.
So this is the main
Well, he's got a
building.
little. He's got a slight. He's ready for action there.
And then I have various shots along the main building that you can see. There's, patchwork for the blacktop. You get walls cracking, paint jobs that are needed. You have the...
Are these your
top
photos?
cap. Yes,
You took these photos?
I did.
No, I'm saying, well, thank you very much. I'm saying that, it must have taken you a lot of time to pull this all together.
It did. Thank you. So, you can see like the cap of the walls, they've deteriorated. And that's going to start deteriorating that wall if it hasn't already. And things like this, that capstone needs to be replaced, otherwise we're going to further damage. There's repairs that we have been making, but they haven't been necessarily congruent with the structure. You can see repairs in here, patches that we've made, but it hasn't necessarily matched. Colors haven't been updated. You can see here where this railing is actually, loose in the wall here.
Tom, are you getting this?
This is falling apart.
Yep. Okay.
Again, this is a stucco cover over a brick wall, I believe, which is falling apart and now needs to be repaired.
Now, with Lisa's narrative on this, this stucco appears to be similar to the work that was done to the pavilions. And remember, she said that actually doing that helped further deteriorate because it didn't let the structure breathe. So it was waterlogged, and then ultimately it started to rot.
Well,
is that what we're seeing here as well?
Well, I'm having this problem at my house too, so I'm well aware of the situation.
You become an expert on this topic.
I'm an expert. So what happens is a couple of things. One, if they paint this, it doesn't breathe. So you shouldn't paint stucco. All right? If you paint stucco, it doesn't breathe. And if it doesn't breathe and water gets behind that, it could buckle and break and crack the stucco. All right. The stucco is supposed to breathe. If any water gets behind the stucco, it could buckle it away from the wall. So beneath this, I believe, is a brick wall. I think we saw that in a prior photo somewhere. So you can see actually in a little corner here is some brick. I can kind of blow that up for.
Are we? Do we know that? What's the original? The original wall was brick.
Looks like it.
And so really, removing the stucco would be in keeping with the history?
As we understand it, the original wall was built as brick, but was covered with stucco to match the administration building. So the entire thing was originally stucco to match. It was kind of done in a mission style.
I would suspect that the brick was probably deteriorating, and rather than repair the brick, they coated over it. Typically what happens. So different shots of cracks in walls. This window happens to be leaking, needs to be sealed behind that, and it's creating water damage inside the building. And we did have some repairs here when it's a registered National Historic Site. And the roof was repaired a few years ago, and they replaced some of the stucco up here. So you see you have two-tone or two different style stucco. I don't know if you can see that on the screen.
Okay.
Let me blow it up a little bit, and you can see that they're essentially two different styles in here.
That's the original that's right on the top there.
No, this is new.
No, I'm just saying that the way they did it a couple years ago.
Oh,
That's the original.
To match the original specification.
okay. Then, thanks. And so here are some of the entrance halls into and doors. This one, believe it or not, is actually in pretty good shape, but you can see it's cracked. All that paint is cracked on there. There are seams here that need to be filled in here. So the doors, and you can see here that the doors are severely damaged or in need of repair and or significant painting. Here's another door that's in worse shape.
We should be thinking that.
Glasses,
And that's what I think people can view when they walk around Rye-Town Park.
Well, then we should be painting that.
Right.
Don't you think? Our town should be painting
right,
that.
right. So here's a view from the upstairs, which is actually a stunning view.
Yeah.
In one of the rooms that potentially we can use to rent out as a catering venue or wedding venue, whatever, and they would be entreated to this wonderful view. So it looks nice from this angle. When you look inside, to get there, the stairs are a bit deteriorated. There's are repairs in the roof of that room that you can see there was some rotting and water damage that was caused over a period of time. Someone replaced that floorboard there with some plywood. We're looking up at the ceiling here. Have some more down. We have looks like an open window there where water can come in. Further creating water damage running down here. The ceiling again. Various states of disrepair, and this is part of what that room looks like. And if you look at, coming away from that or to the side, you can look out over that beautiful view we saw before. Just took a few shots of the state of the fixtures. Some of these are very, very old, 50 years plus. Here's some stairs coming down from outside, leading to the tunnels, to the beach. You can see the stair treads are deteriorated, and we placed some wooden planks, I believe those are wooden planks, over it to steady them. But that's a temporary fix. So this is one that Frank taking a shower.
Right.
So this is one of the shower areas in here. These are all leaking. All the plumbing needs to be fixed. Some of the walls need to be repaired. And then now we're outside the tunnel, and you can see some of these caps again. When these caps start deteriorating like that, water gets. And we've had this problem, or we're aware of this with some of the bridges when that seal here allows water to get in and behind the wall, and then those walls will start to fall apart and buckle. So these really need to be repaired. And I think there's a shot here that's even worse than this.
Runs the whole length of the beach.
And that runs the whole length. You can see this runs the whole length. This is in front of the pavilions, but this runs the whole length of the beach. And you could see it here, how it's starting to deteriorate. The capstone here, and that's starting to go behind some of these. These are actually sealed tunnels. You can see it here.
You see what you do.
So, I can blow that up a little bit.
Bob, if the town of Rye, city of Rye were all in on this repair, would it bring back the open tunnels?
I don't know if that's in the plan right now. I mean, there are two tunnels that lead. One leads to the ladies' locker area and bath area, and one leads to the men's.
Right.
I don't know if I'm not. I don't even know where some of these other tunnels go, or if they're open all the way. Okay.
Right, they could be compromised from within.
And we know, in fact, that there is some compromise behind one of them, because there's some sunken areas up above near the pavilion. And that's the view from the beach, and you can see that that capstone again is all deteriorated up there. And at this point, a few more winters, I mean, this part will probably all fall off. And some more cracks in walls, ceilings, partial ceilings where it wasn't. This is a wall that they had put up to separate two areas within the main building there, and behind here I think is the workers area. There's some patchwork holes in here, and then this is where the maintenance men congregate and work. Sort of the repair shop.
That roof was what was replaced in the roof project, and so you see the roof rafters there.
So that's all.
That was part of the roof job.
And that roof job, that was the one where they had the 6 layers of roof, right?
That was the flat roof,
That was the flat roof.
Some cinder block walls starting to crack that needs to be repaired. This is showing the condition of some various bathrooms and fixtures. And here you can see, I don't know what that is. That's a lock. Again, doors need to be. Is this where the public? Is this a public?
Yeah, that's the lady. I think that's the entrance to the ladies' room.
Yeah, this is
Frank here.
No, that's, you go in that room right there, that's the back of the ladies' locker room. So no public can go back there.
Can go in here.
Employees go through that way to clean the bathrooms,
All right.
open the tunnels.
This is the basement, which we got Bishop in there now, where we have a lot of
Basement of where?
Underneath the main administration.
underneath the main building. This is a basement. It's quite huge. It can store a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff, in fact, has been stored there.
Wow.
Is that Bishop?
That's Bishop.
What's he wearing?
This is some
I was off
storage.
that day.
Oh, okay.
This is some storage for Seaside Johnny's. Is that right?
Yes.
So they're storing, and I think some of this wood or might be for Seaside Johnny's as well.
Let's go off the record on that one. In case you can see.
Okay.
All right, we got the picture.
All right. So that's the basement. So here's something interesting. There's a downspout from one of the gutters it's coming down here, and this pipe is broken, and it's just like leaking, and every time it rains, it just forms a puddle of water right here, because it's not actually going into that drain pipe. Here you see a post, it's missing from the wall here, so that's not very secure.